Welcome to Cultivated Live for Friday, March 8th, 2024. I am Jay Rosenthal, the co-founder of Cultivated Media and the host of Cultivated Live. And since we launched, our goal at Cultivated has been to be reader first, providing the cannabis industry with the most important, insightful, and useful information to our audience, which is you. And until now, or until last week, was really about our daily newsletter, Cultivated Daily. And we absolutely love you to subscribe to that daily newsletter. The link is in the show notes, but we also want to meet the industry where it is. And many of you are online on LinkedIn and YouTube. And so that's exactly where we are. We stream this to our LinkedIn channel and to YouTube. And we do this daily live stream to add to our offerings. And let's jump into today's news because it's a big one. Last night at his State of the Union, President Biden spent a bit of time, 12 seconds to be exact, talking cannabis reform. And if you missed it, here it is.
Directing my cabinet to review the federal classification of marijuana and expunging thousands of convictions for the mere possession, because no one should be jailed for simply using or have it on their record.
So that's the 12 seconds, of course. And it's not like he said legalize it, but it's the first time a sitting president has ever mentioned cannabis reform on the biggest stage. So we're going to take it as a win. But wait, there's more, because also this week, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer clearly said he wants to get stuff done before the November election. One of the things he wants to get done is the long-awaited Secure and Fair Enforcement Regulations Act, or SAFER, which would let cannabis businesses access the banking system like any other legal industry. And here's what he told Marijuana Moment. This is a quote. "Safer banking is a very high priority, and we're having very productive conversations with the House on an agreement that can pass both chambers." And for his part, Representative Dave Joyce, the Republican co-chair of the Congressional Cannabis Caucus, told Marijuana Moment that Schumer's comment pretty much sums it up. And Montana Senator Steve Daines, the Republican co-sponsor of legislation in the Senate, said the conversations have been productive and that they're working to get a bill across the finish line. Now, this is not the first time Schumer has said he wants to get SAFER passed, and unfortunately, it may not be the last, but versions of the bill have passed the House 9 times or so, but the bill had cleared the powerful Senate Bank Committee last November, which appears to have given it a bit of wind, or at least a slight breeze in its sails. Now, here's what's next. While a relatively narrow banking bill is far from the federal cannabis reform the industry and advocates want to see, of course, it might just be what's politically feasible right now, especially in an evenly split Senate. Remember, any bill that passes has to break the 60-vote filibuster threshold, meaning compromise, in this case, is key to getting things done. But SAFER Act could go a long way for normalizing the cannabis industry in the U.S., especially if it's coupled with rescheduling cannabis to Schedule 3. On to our next story. So there's something exclusive on cultivated.news. We'll put a link in the show notes. Our editor-in-chief, Jeremy Burke, interviewed Kronos Group CEO Mike Gorenstein after the company reported earnings last week. And Gorenstein discussed the company's challenging quarter, but said that his prospects haven't dimmed what he says are exciting times ahead for the industry. Here's a sneak peek quote from Michael Gorenstein. "Knowing that we have products that can work in other markets is so core to our strategy to get the payback on the R&D investments we're doing. Seeing that start to pay off is really big." Again, we'll put a link to the story below. And that's it for today's Cultivated Live. We encourage you to subscribe to our daily newsletter at cultivated.news. Follow us on LinkedIn or smash the subscribe button on YouTube. We'll see you back here at 10 a.m. Eastern on Monday morning. Have a great weekend. Remember to spring your clocks ahead this weekend and buy cannabis at your local dispensary.